Gentlemen, we have a system. A system rebuilt, enhanced, and weaponized for one purpose. To monitor, to archive, and to control the most dangerous organization in professional wrestling. Leagues, territories, and chaos, all contained within a single network. The IWAR network Tubecast. Powered by intelligence, driven by violence, and now, fully operational.
All right, welcome back to the IWAR Network Tubecast. It's the 210 Part 2. We got cut off, unfortunately, in the last episode.
Pay your bills.
Internet issues. They were doing routine maintenance according to the cable provider. So that's that.
Maybe the Iranians took out your cable box.
Somehow. Aren't people.
Ooh.
So I believe we still have the BBL and CWL remaining for this cycle's recaps, but special surprise, we have a Johnny B Q&A Part 2.
Right.
So Matt, what do we got there? Oh, by the way, it's Matt and Adam on.
Still. Alright, so Johnny B Q&A Part 2. So this is like a live, almost AMA here, because you got right back to it. Sorry. From Johnny B Jr. My trivia for Part 1 was already pretty long, so I'll add just a few quick notes for Part 2. I enjoyed the new intro to the show, even without the audio. And appreciate that Alex honored my request of animating the image of Soundwave in my father's caricature. Now when's going to Matt perform the Harlem Shake? It's my business.
Do it.
Less than what's that?
Do it. Harlem Shake.
Is that the one with the music builds? It's like and they all start dancing.
That's your friend P Diddy.
Oh, really?
Fabulous.
What happened there? Oh, never mind. All right, so getting back to trivia. Less than an hour after I sent the email for Part 1, I was out and about, and a local radio station played If You Leave by OMD. But that coincidence paled in comparison to the fact that the internet problems caused the very episode in which I had noted how Ryan wondered how, if episode 208 were going to be a two-parter, itself was split into two sections. At least it wasn't my fault. Alex asked, where did Johnny B go for spring break? Johnny B, like Matt and Alex, I never participated in the hedonistic tradition. By the time young teenage managers began sending in dollar bills at a pace adequate to finance such an extravagant excursion, I was shoulder deep in work to keep my lunch money rolling. I thought about that like, Johnny, you probably just told, get back on the computer and enter those numbers. Dad, I want to go see Fort Lauderdale.
I want to see titties!
Alright, so I questioned, how does Johnny B have time to watch all these movies? Johnny B, as I said in previous episodes, I never sit through movies back to back and usually only watch one per day, but there are 3 weeks in between Tubecasts. So the Hour Gang has basically been setting my viewing schedule lately. We're sorry. While listening to part 1, I realized a possible connection to the Luther Alexander song Everyone Falls in Love. He's wearing a Yankees ball cap and chillin', on the steps of the courthouse, you can tell he's Luther with an E because he's not being shuffled into the building in chains. Oh.
Well, let me give you a little background. That's actually the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. So when that song came out, when the original Where I Got This Hat, I remember exactly where I was. I was on a field trip. I think it was in middle school, right? In Washington, D.C. And it was one of those scenarios where, like, when a new song hits, and that song hit for, like, that 3-week period, you heard it everywhere. You heard it in the mall. You literally heard it when cars were passing by. People were still walking around with, like, so, like, I kept on hearing that song over and over again, and what that character is wearing is exactly what I wore circa 1997, 98. That exact outfit with the Air Penny 1s, which is the sneakers that
Air Penny 1, Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway, hence the little penny on the cover of my ACW Trash Talk cycle. So everything is everything, and everything is a reference.
So back to Johnny B here. He says, I suspected the melody had been taken from a film adaptation of A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, but Alex just sent me the full list of origins for his latest work, and that doesn't seem to pan out. Just to see Matt cringe, I'll make the awesome pun that it's disappointing to learn I was on the wrong track. Wow. All right. Every time I hear Luther, I always think of Luther from
Warriors?
Two Live Crew. Two Live Crew, a flashback to 8th grade when John Patios brought a boombox and blared, hey, we want some pussy across this field day. So as all the teachers and students are playing, you just hear that blaring out.
I'm a big proponent of Welcome to the Function.
She Swallowed It, probably my favorite horrible song to play at a public
NWA?
event. Yeah. Oh shit, it's the preacher's daughter. All right. Anyways, getting back to our musical stuff here. Alex asked for my favorite of Luther's songs, but dude, how are you gonna ask me when one of them is called the Johnny B?
It's true. It's true.
Adam mentioned his posse battle idea during the WTL coverage, and it made me wonder whether Wang Wang God damn it. What might be a good fit for Luther's posse? Did I mention I'm a huge fan? To be clear, I meant that I'm a huge fan of Wang Wang, not Luther or anything to do with him. He's the imaginary wrestling equivalent of McDonald's Willowwick location.
There you go.
Call back.
Finally, I posed the question, has Attaway ever seen their belts, the current or previous versions, over the years on social media and said, that's one of ours? Alex also mentioned it seems to see them on Facebook Marketplace quite a bit. Johnny B. Jr. says, we don't exactly go looking for such posts, but managers have occasionally sent us photos of their prizes, both by email and snail mail. The only former player who was banned from the game recently asked... Wait, hold on, let me read that again. The only former player who was banned from the game recently alerted us to the fact that the belt used in Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's movie, The Smashing Machine, bears a striking resemblance to our old Clemmer belts. A current manager that Matt would probably like to see become the recipient of the banned hammer emailed us photos of his fresh acquisition from our new supplier. It featured only a couple of guys have like to see banned, really. It's not so much banned as I just think they should get slapped in the face, but there's at least one dude who should be out of the game. But that's
I'm pretty sure you requested them to be set on fire.
That was right. You get any gasoline? Or like when I was on Twitter, I kicked off Twitter because I said I wanted to see Don Jr. get stomped by an elephant, and they were like, "Well,
so hopefully, not everyone missed the beginning of the show because I had the media for the weekly pro wrestling on over what we're talking. Yeah. So hopefully they heard us, but probably not. But hey, listen, it's a new format. I'm still working out the bugs, but
there you go.
Anyone that's fluent in Japanese, you can tell me what it said.
And also, anyone getting banned from the game is less money out of his pockets.
True.
Anyways, all right. So, it featured an AI-created image of the wrestler flanked by a pair of valets, and the whole thing looked extremely sharp. I think it's cool to have a little feature we can kind of customize. Of course, I don't have that problem right now, so when I do have a problem, we'll worry about it. Another player that had a really cool one designed using the wrestler that appeared in our magazine ad. Seriously, that's very nice. If Matt ever decides to sell his championship belt, I hope he does the right thing and note that the item description that he received it as a gift. That's right. So, all right, that's all the time I have for Johnny B's.
It was funny. We were
questions.
talking earlier about the IWA ad is still in PWI. It's on the inside cover.
Yeah.
I just actually looked at the most recent one, and it's in there. And I just wonder if Johnny B ever considered doing any of the other wrestling magazines or the other wrestling magazine, because there seems to be one other one out there, which is Inside the Ropes, which Inside the Ropes is based out of the UK. So maybe that's probably the reason why. But, that seems to be a little bit more prominent. It's probably a better magazine than PWI currently, although the new owners are they're fans, so I think fans actually bought it, so their coverage is actually pretty decent for those of people who still read magazines, and I have to because I do a magazine related show, just
Sure.
pug in there. But
Quick question:
yeah,
is that Purple Haze Mark Lewin and Tom Zink?
which box are you referring? Not no, because I see Brody and Abby at the top.
I'm behind. Sorry, I'm behind. So let me catch up. Oh, yeah, it's different now.
Yeah. And then I saw Mr. Electricity Steve Regal there for a second.
Oh, okay.
He recently passed away, though.
Well, that'll teach him. All right, so there's our IWA trivia. And as always, actually, I had an idea for this, too. We often ask the IWA and Johnny B all kinds of questions. How about we flip the table and let him ask us player stuff, game stuff, etc.
12 inches.
Things like that. To be fair, there you go. Where's it, Brody? Abdul the Butcher. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you can't get past that. I mean, that's
all right. And I dig that.
I sure do. Okay. What is that? Oh, it's RTL. Okay. All right. So, where do we want to start?
Did we do RTL? I don't think we did. By sell 7 McAdam to movie.
No.
I don't think we did BBL. I can't
No,
remember.
I don't think we need those.
All right, good. That's 3 leagues, and that's good. Good,
Okay.
nice round number.
Around.
Round and pound.
All right. So, where do you want to start?
I think Adam's ready to do BBL.
BBL.
Chomping at the bit.
Sure.
Brazilian
Sure, I
butt
can do that.
lift.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost as bad as when I give my students something from the BBC to read. It's like, where we're supposed to go. Just read the article, man. Anyways, the BBL Bye-Bye League tour number 583. The league champion winning 10 free matches is Tommy Beamer. The TV champion, BBL mainstay Direwolf, Central Plains. The Alpha, Brock Dawson. The East Coast champion, Tyrant Pharaoh. Great Lakes champion, the Russian Reaper. The Atlantic champion, the Bad Man. Northeast champion, Sultan Bloodspill. Pacific Northwest champion, Chuck Moxley. Rocky Mountain champion, Lanky Lonnie Love. Southeast champion, Spike. Southwest champion, Hot Rod McNally. West Coast champion, Vengeance. League tag team champions, Mr. Smith and Porkrind. TV tag team champions, Warlord Pain and Warlord Agony. 6-man champions, Mr. Smith, Corporal Punchman, and Porkrind. And the TV 6-man champs, Machine, El Mascarado, and Tomax Firefly. And the royal winner is Hot Rod McNally, winning 33 free BBL matches.
So what's going down in the BBL?
Let me look real quick. So Skullfire is currently the IWAR champion, and he is a BBL wrestler. So you have him there, and he's also the king of hardcore there. So
Yes.
a little bit of double champs there for him. I know the King of the Deathmatch final was Senior Lucha against Dangerfield Sykes. And I don't know if Senior Lucha did well, spending too much time trying to redeem Luther and do other stuff.
Not gonna happen.
Not too well.
I don't think he was ready for the death matches. And then in the women's death match tournament, Mother D did win, according to this. So it's a big win for Mother D's. And Von Erich Classic, we don't have to go over that. No, Von Stomp's on that again. Over the Michigan Border Patrol in their continued rivalry. They got a pay-per-view Highway for Hell coming up, looks like. And that goes for both the BBL and the BBW because they love having fun initials for their leagues. And let's see here. Yep. Then the Milkman is there. And let's see who else is in here. What else I notice in here? Big Protection Agency, Royal Family of Doom. And yeah, that's the BBL. Always a fun league. Always Rob always has a lot going on. So
sure does.
if you're into joining other contests or doing stuff, there's always something there in the BBL. And that's the BBL.
All right, I dig that. So, Matt, where do you want to go next?
I'll do CWL. That's fine.
CWL.
Number 353, Spring 2026. Their league champion, the reprobate Lenny Teague. The TV champions, Picasso. U.S. champion, Alex von Schnapp. Yukon champion, Duff Dugan. Caribbean champion, Alec von Schnapp. Amazon Basin champion, Anu Start. British Isles champion, Hypnotic. Arabian champion, Midnight Scorpion. South African champion, Hardin Long. Siberian champion, Late Night Logan Kane. East Asian champion, Happy Meal. Oceanic champion, Zodiac Horoscope. Your tag champs winning another 5 free matches. The Von Schnapp brothers, the TV tag champions, Adrian Vale and Julian Cross. Your League 6-man champions, the Von Schnapps. Another 5 free matches. CV 6-man champions, Adrian Vale, Julian Cross, and Victor Kane. Your Battle Royal winner winning 25 free CWL matches, Alec Von Schnapp.
Ridiculous. So what's going down in the CWL?
Well, let's see here. We have the hold on. Last time we had the Brawl for All. So we had the Fallout from Brawl for All, which falls into our next pay-per-view, which is New Beginnings, June 2nd. Nature Boy Phil Landers defends against Hypnotic. And we got a nice little lucha-style poster here.
Nice.
You see, I see Jeremy's been cracking at the AI here with Phil Landers getting a really upgrade. We have that world title match there. You have an internet title match, Scapegoat against Hard and Long.
Yeah.
Your 6-man title match, the Heroes defending against the Von Schnapps. And the tag title match, the Millennial Reign defends against Cowboy Killers. You get a flag match with R&I Shiesty versus American Patriot. And a triple threat match with Picasso, Overtake, and Zodiac Horoscope. I would suggest you're probably going to see Chameleon, Logan Kane, Turner, Scapegoat. It's going to in the mix somehow. You got a hot Ellie Elner. Good for her. Of course, I should mention, of course, the transition with Vince Marshall, the new commissioner, coming in and kind of vamping things up here.
That's the way to do it.
Interview with him. Let's see here. The Trash Talk recap is always one of the staples of Jeremy's report. Really strong. Great way to recap the action. And what's nice is if you're coming into the league now, you get 2 bulletins worth of Trash Talk to review, essentially.
Yeah.
So that way you can kind of get a good head start. It's really good if you're looking at the league and I don't want to go to this league or not. Let's see what else is happening here. I do enjoy the old ads that Jeremy puts in there for computer wrestling games. Let me see here.
No, I've been looking into replaying Extreme Warfare Revenge again as a concept because I really didn't. I spent a lot of hours playing that. Extreme Warfare, it's a booking simulator for those people who don't know.
Well, one of the sagas going on right now in the CWL is, of course, the feud between LePage Turner and his buddy Scapegoat and the Cowboy Killers and mystery partner not yet named. And we have, of course, Chameleon. We got him. We got Logan Kane and partners not yet named. And of course, Aunt Edna was kidnapped.
Oh.
Chameleon's Aunt Edna was kidnapped and some would say brainwashed to think that LePage Turner is actually her hero. So you have the fallout of that. So you have Chameleon saying he's going to get revenge for her being kidnapped. Logan Kane claiming that she wasn't brainwashed at all. She's fine. And of course, LePage Turner reminding everyone that she's messed up. He has a seat for her right at ringside so she can see her favorite hero wrestle. And which, by the way, that's the thing heels don't do enough anymore is like kick people out of the front row. Like, you're out of here. Just like kicked out. Happy Meal goes after Barry Stevens for some reason. We don't know why. And then if that's not enough, somebody else went after Barry Stevens. It was where is he?
It's good heat.
Oh, good. Huh?
Good heat.
Yeah. Oh, he's Mark Botch. So Mark the Fan Botch, unlikely pairing. But it's funny watching how AI will take an image and humanize it.
Yep.
It's very good. So it's we talked about that last time. Some of the ways to get your AI imagery, and again, it's just another item for your toolbox, so to speak.
The whole thing for me is like trying to get AI not to look like AI.
Yeah. It's funny. Like one of the ones I use is all these filters, and it kind of it can be like anime style, or it can be like a photo. But some of the photos look almost like the ones in the 50s and 60s look almost like a wrestling, like I lucha over the decades.
Yeah. And
it looks like a photo from the 70s. Like, oh, that's like Puerto Rico and lucha was fighting so and so. Yeah, cool stuff. Again, CWL Action Pack League is some openings here right now if you want to get involved and get in the action. It's kind of funny how I know about almost 10 players across the IWAR that are like inactive right now. So they're all due to come back at some point. So it's going to be like seeing that pop up. Yeah. So I'm still sad that Fabulous Harry Hurt's not around anymore. That bum.
And so
there's CWL for you.
And I, in fact, dig that. Alrighty. So Rolling Thunder League, number 55. Spring 2026. League champion, Josue. League tag team champions, the Texan and Automatic Slim. The League six-man champions, Onagi, Ginsu, and Hanzo. TV champion, Big Von Vader. Central Chains champions, Deacon Elroy. East Coast champion, Eddie Rhodes. Great Lakes champion, Deacon Leroy. Mid-Atlantic champion, Manika Gigante. Northeast champion, the headline, Papacito. Pacific Northwest champion, the Menacing Minister. Rocky Mountain champion, Makina Rapido. Southeast champion, Double D Christoph. Southwest champion, the Heartthrob Dan Corvette. West Coast champion, Manica Grande. TV tag team Pinky and Dion Saisos. TV six-man champions, Random Baltimore Vagrant, G-Force Gary Morris, and the great antenna Brian Clothier. That's the Maryland Militia. And your Battle Royal winner winning 30. That's right, 30 free RTL matches. Double D Christoph. So what's going down in the Rolling Thunder League? One of my new favorite wrestlers is, in fact, Papacito. I think he's awesome. But again, guys, you take some time out, check out the RTL. It's League on the come up for sure. Again, great job all around. You see some of my favorites. You see the Maryland Militia here. So there's some of my favorites that do a great job overall. So, is there a pay per view coming up soon? Which one is coming up? Let's see. Let us see. Da-da-da-da-da. Real good report. Happy with that. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. Looks like Summer Showdown will feature a 4 versus 4 Tornado Turmoil matches. So take a look at that. But again, guys, if you get a chance, make sure you check out the RTL. There's a nice recap here. And again, it's a league on the come up. Lots of great guys in this. Looks like it's definitely a good destination. Oh, WD Christoph got jacked. Jesus Christ. Look at that. Good for you. Good for you, Double D. All right.
There it is.
There it is. That is the Rolling Thunder League. And before we move on, I think I had a Johnny B question I forgot to ask.
Oh.
So recently in the NWO, I've noticed that some wrestlers have moved on. I don't know where they went. They kind of just vanished.
Right.
And sometimes when it can be frustrating sometimes, especially if you're in the middle of a feud or you have them booked in a pay-per-view main event, which is okay. It happens. Especially it happens more often in the NWO than everyone else based on the nature of the league. And you gotta be a little bit more understanding of that, which I am, which is fine. But I was hoping, and maybe in the future, that when a wrestler or manager transfers out of the league, that the IWA could, when they do their transfer in, transfer out on the strat results, email that we get, maybe you can let us know who left. Now you don't have to tell us where they went, just who left. So we can see easily, so we can make adjustments and changes if we have to do with storylines and what have you. So a lot of times they don't communicate to us when they leave. So, and again, it's not a thing where we're going to be mad at them or have hard feelings about it. We just like to know, hey, so and so left, so I got to make some adjustments here before it's too late.
Yeah,
Matt, what do you think about that?
Oh, I agree. It's a nice little heads up for the commissioner, at least to know who left, because sometimes you're like, oh, they left. It's like, what happened? Like the other day, one of the chat rooms, one of the players just up and left it. And I was like, well, okay, I guess they're not going to be in that league anymore. And it's fine. I mean, you don't have to be. But just it lets us know. When you see things like, wrestlers left, and you're like, who the hell left? Sometimes you don't remember.
Because they do tell us, like, how many people transfer in and transfer out. And then NWO would be who's new, like who was new. So, could help us out a little bit. So, Matt, what do you have for us IWAR wide?
All right, so lots going on. So I mentioned this last night. It was funny when you went off the grid there with your your internet.
Yeah.
Ryan was like, "Oh, before you go, tell me what was up." So lots to cover. So first things first. Out of order here, but last year we started the IWAR Cup, which takes the top 3 wrestlers in the league at the end of the year rankings wise and puts them in this IWAR tournament, right? Even the BWL, sorry, BWL. So this year I did it again, and I was like, wait a minute, I can do tag and 6-man so easily and make it a little extra stuff. And what this does is the winners of the IWAR Cup, IWAR Tag Cup, and IWAR Trios Cup go on to the IWAR Super Show in the summer and challenge for the IWAR Championship, IWAR Tag, and IWAR Trios. So, just realized I moved things around in my my page here. Hold on. I've already started editing the next issue. So, the winners of those events were Lex Stevenson, the narcissist from the BRL. The tag team was the Disembowelers out of the WTL. They were previously WTP and the other guy, and he changed the name. So Larry, I figured you keep the slot, so to speak.
Good for you, buddy.
And then the IWAR Trios Cup went to the Sailor, the Pilot, and the Dam Builder, an exceptionally close finish. So if you look in the current issue, you'll see the IWAR Super Show listed, and it's kind of, as always, tentative. But you'll see I kind of bracketed out what's going on. So like Skullfire versus like Stevenson, the Amazing Graces versus Bowlers, the Regulators versus the Sailor, Pilot, and Dam Builder. Of course, this show happens right after a Magic Clash, where the current champs will be challenged by Rex Chambers out of the WTL goes after the World Championship. Was it the Flaherty's? No.
For what? Tag?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who the tag is. It
Tag is it's the Van Stamps because they won Miranda, right?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's right. So, and then the trios goes
That's
to
the McFlaherty's.
yeah. So
that's McFlaherty's and Prez.
Yeah, because Prez Belushi's so damn good. Were you a big fan of The Wire?
Yes, I'm a teacher in Maryland, so yeah, I watch Wire.
Yeah, no, that's a
season 4 is a little too real, but yeah, I watch Wire.
No, it's like one of those shows you watch and you're like, it's not really like that, is it? It's probably worse.
No, it's funny. I think I've watched the entire show via clips on Facebook. I think I've watched the entire series and like 10-minute clips on Facebook.
There's so many parts of that show where like there's so many good actors in it.
It's
of course, Michael B. Jordan really being the one getting acclaim right now, but
he was like 12 in that show.
Yeah, and he was great.
Yeah.
So let's back it up here. So the Johnny B Cup, the 6 semifinalists were Hydro versus the Gaelic Dick Moore. Hydro beat him 492-49. King Khan against the author of Agony LePage Turner, and he won 497-494. And then Texas Jesse Tombstone with 492 lost. Boo indeed, lost to Kamikaze with 495. So the final is King Khan, Kamikaze, and Hydro. So one of those 3 will be the next Johnny B Cup winner. So good luck to everyone there. I'm not bitter about losing. I was almost so close to getting a chance to repeat. Oh, well. Lethal Lottery Tournament I've laid out. We're going to book this for everybody. So if you have a wrestler you really want in it, let me know. But otherwise, we'll base it off trash talk and just go off the scores and, buckle up. The Elite Trios Tournament Invitational. I preloaded in the 4 previous winners, or three winners, and MVP. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Well, so I wrote it in there. What am I missing here? Oh, New Money Incorporated. Did they win it?
No, they won. They won
okay,
one of them last year. I don't remember.
The regular. I'm sorry. The Regulators are World 6-man champions. That's what it is. Okay.
Boo.
Regulators have not won the Elite Trios. Brian. So
the one thing they haven't won.
I know, right? So we'll be filling this in, and we're going to go off a couple of things. One is like obviously the top performing teams. Trash talk is a big thing too. So that's kind of the 2 keys. So those teams will be revealed in the next, as will segue the IWAR King of the Ring number 6. This will be filled up with players who trash talk, who are active, and it's a way to kind of get some people to know what we're trying to do, though, because another event that's coming up is the IWAR Summer Series, which I don't think I put down here. Whoops. I'll get that fixed. So the Summer Series is the toughest event of the year, and essentially you go through and you have 4 cycles, 1 wrestler. It's a $5 entry fee, but there's no other fees this Summer Series stuff. Like all the summer events are free except for Summer Series. So instead of saying like, oh, I'm spending $5 on 5 events, I'm paying 1, but it's a big event. And how we set it up is the top two cycles, your 2-cycle average, the top half of the field advance. And then the third round, you have those averages for 3 cycles, and the top half advance. And then the final high score in the final cycle wins. So it's the highest average over 4 cycles is what wins. And it's really hard to do. It's a tough contest, but it's fun. And let me see here. Yeah, I'll get more of that. The best of the best matchups, I can't announce right now, so it'll update because I just did this last night. Round 2 results. So we have Tommy Zulu versus Kevin Hurley, and Tommy Zulu advanced. We had Frank Belcher versus me. It's currently tied to me for singles, to him for tag, and trios were tied at 1 apiece. So comes down to that. We have Solomon Shaw versus Wade Renard, and that's tied except for Wade's got the trios locked up, so a lot of leeway there. Derek Tuttle versus Glenn Della Pesca. It's tied except for Tut's got this tag, so that's up in the air. The Brad Norman upset special. Adam, do you want to tell us your reaction to this?
Yeah.
Adam was
I mean, it's
upset by
always,
Brad Norman. I'm upset
I
by it.
don't know. Yeah. I don't know if losing to Brad Norman is ever being
We,
upset by someone,
I am.
but he's really good.
we've all done it. We've
Um,
all lost to him on numerous occasions.
That's right.
yes.
F bum.
Yes. Yeah, so I was not able to pull off the elusive three-peat of best of the best. So I mean,
Well, you're also the only one's won it twice, right?
yeah,
So there you go.
definitely back to back. Someone else might have won it twice, but I know no one
Uh,
else was back to back. I don't know.
no, no one won twice. So you get that honor all to
So
yourself.
there. Someone could this year though, so we'll see. But yeah, so didn't win this time. But that's all right.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
be back next year, maybe.
boo, Brad, boo. Caleb Crawdad's taking on Mitchell Johnson, and Caleb swept the singles and tag to advance. Tom Flesher is taking on Rich Riley, and Tom's up in the singles 2-0, lock that up, but they're tied 1-1, so a lot of leeway there. But some big names in the event. I wanted to cover that. What am I doing here? Let's see what else. The IWAR draft hype will be coming out. The Catfish Clark Classic.
Yeah.
So honoring Tim and Rob. So the final round went to McFlaherty's and Michael Preswolewski's with a 217. A 517. 217. We used all holds one.
Yeah. Be hard.
I remember one time one of the guys, I think it was Frank Snow, he was like, "What if we do a tournament trying to score lower than our opponent?" I was like, "Why would we want to do that?" And he's like, "Oh, it'd be twist." I'm like, "It is." And then his response was, "What if we do a tournament for the inactive, like the scrubs?" Which, by the way, if you do that, when you activate a scrub in a match, their strat goes towards the average. At least that's the way it used to be. Johnny B can probably tell us it used to be that way. Because it's always like, don't run tournaments with them, use the numbers only. But yes, the McFlaherty brothers and Michael Preswolewski will be advancing to challenge the regulators at Match Clash. Ooh. What's going to happen? They're one of the hottest rivalries in the IWA right now. Regulators. Everyone hates the regulators. So you love the IWA support. And
Everyone hates the regulators.
I should mention, too, the All-Rookie Cup is coming up. Now, due to some sudden departures, I've got a lot of juggling to do with this roster. So I'll see what I can do for that.
Juggle.
Juggle. Yeah, this is the All-Rookie Cup. And then the Bad Company Cup is coming up. But I noticed we had a rule, and I forgot about it, that once you win the tournament, you don't get to go in again. So it's like once you win it, you've won it. That's it. So I've got to replace Derek Cash Styles and Thomas C.D. Banks. They won it last year. And I have a team already in mind, so that's not a problem. But the base of rule of it is just essentially have you have a tag team that was in the NWL or whatever now or in the past. So fun little feud. Anyways, I think that's it for IWAR events. I have a notebook written down somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. Did we talk about King of the Ring?
I wanted to ask Gary Morris, what AI do you use? Is it ChatGPT or do you got something else cooking in there? 'Cause it looks great. What you guys do is fantastic.
Yeah, he does really. His image is great. So, oh man, and there's I'm writing out myself. I'm a nerd. So that's what's going on that way wise.
So it's just straight up ChatGPT. Okay.
Here it is. Like I said, the events will be more forthcoming, but they're going to start pretty soon. So if you want in, let me know. Pick your favorite wrestler for the summer series and have at it. That's a good contest. Everyone hates regulators. Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, they win all the fucking time. Remember when Ryan was taking a break, and then other people could win things. was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
That's right.
I remember it was like my second or third cycle in the game, or coming back, I guess. And like one of the regulators had a 501 back-to-back, like back-to-back horse or something. Like went from, it was in the IWA, and he went from like IWA wide regional to like world champion. And
Yeah.
it's just
Jesse Tombstone,
unreal.
that bum.
Well, yeah, I don't remember. I can never remember which one is which out of the three of them, but
They all smell the same, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Horse manure.
He gets so mad at us.
That's right. He will be.
Oh man.
So we get everything? I'm trying to think of my
Yeah, I
notes
think
here.
we got everything. Anything you want to
think
preview
so.
for next cycle? Like, what do you guys start working on anything yet, or?
let me see. Yeah, let me look at this WTL stuff real quick. I started to
Yeah.
work on it. Now we're gonna figure out with the different posses who's gonna, if anyone wants in on that still. I have a couple placeholder teams I can throw in there that are basically like my teams. But if anyone wants in, we can still do that. Counting how many stars people get for a contest for later this year.
Yeah.
Interesting mix of people. I mean, Rex Chambers is there, but other than that, it's a pretty interesting group. Let's see. Anything else new and exciting? Is this updated? No. Maybe. Yeah. Not too much. We just finished up a pay-per-view, so it's not gonna be too much there. Think of anything new with any of my characters. No, nothing too exciting, I guess.
Okay.
Thrilling to listen to, I'm sure.
Matt, you got anything you were already working on yet?
Just did the rankings updates. So except for the IWAR awards, if there's any report hits, which there probably will be. I hope so. It's nice to see our guys do well. Just started outlining my trash talk. So I have like notes here for Hoban has his U.S. shot in the HCW, so you got to talk that up. Vin and AJ got the tag shot, so I got that. My belts I won. And the Von Schnapp's talk at the victory, but I essentially wrote off Victor Von Schnapp, so that's coming up this cycle. The junior one, not the
Okay.
dad. Just play wise, I never could get into a groove with him. Just never. It was a good feud with I forget who now. He had like one or two good feuds, but just never really got into it. And like, there's already enough Von Schnapps as it is. there's plenty of Von Schnapps. So
I mean, it's an interesting concept. Like, is anyone, you went and you created a wrestler, and for whatever reason, it just didn't hit. Does that ever happen to anybody else? Or like, oh, I got this idea, and then it sounds good in your head, and then we get it down on paper, and then you realize a couple of cycles later, it's like, oh, this ain't it.
Yeah. So,
Or the opposite, you just have a random person, and then they just like blow up and become your favorite wrestler and most successful one.
That happens too.
Yeah, I always think of when Derek shares his ridiculous names for wrestlers, or somebody posts it in the locker room, and you can be like, "That's a funny name for a gimmick," but will it have like legs? Will it last?
Right.
Well, that's the hardest part too. Is like, oftentimes, like where you start is not where you're going to end up, especially with characters, because as you go through the process. It happened with Luther originally too. When you go through the process, they change, and you start them out with like, oh, this is the idea I have for them, and then like, just do a complete 180, and that's that. I need to decide whose botch is fanned out for the next cycle. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, we ran Pimple Fire Botch again. Who won that, by the way? Botch and Pimple Fire 2.
Was that CWL?
That's NWL because he still has the Grand Prix title. See, another thing about the NWO, which happens a lot of times, by the time people get good, they're about to graduate, and they usually take commissioner belts like towards the end of their run. It's just the way it happens, and
Yeah.
I think Great David's a great example of that. Like he held the national championship like a year, because then he's good now, and then everyone in the league is trying to get to his level. Then it gets hard because you're essentially going against a vet at that point. So that could be difficult to take those belts off. So every once in a while we gotta do business for people, but Botch wins.
Prince hit a 486, Botch hit a 492.
Yeah. All right, so who's Botch gonna? Botch is gonna be a surprise. Who's gonna take on next cycle?
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna make it to the pay-per-view, most likely. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So for me, I already started the NWL magazine because it's gonna take me a while to do. So I got that going. Obviously, with the departure of Zyzix, we have to come up with a new main event for the Homecoming pay-per-view, which I've already reached out to the parties to make sure we get that squared away. So take a look and see who's going to challenge Brian Clouthier for the national championship. So that should be coming out pretty soon. On top of that, I have no idea what I'm doing with Luther yet. Obviously, he's going to talk about winning tag gold with Senior Lucha, so that's going to be pretty prominent there. So I know that going in. Then we have Johnny Revolution and his shenanigans, and then it looks like Ryan Rivers is going to step up and kind of save the NWL here. So that's good. That's good to see. So again, I'm excited for next cycle for sure. Let's keep on working. I mean, that's a lot of us put a lot of time into this, and I think that's why the quality is there, because the amount of work that everyone's putting. And then me and Matt used to talk about this early on. If you go back and listen to like the older Tubecast, we talk about putting in work, like really putting in work, like especially if you're a heavy storyline manager or even the commissioners, just put it in work because. I don't know about the days of that one-page commissioner report. That's long fucking gone, buddy. That's long.
It can still work. It just takes a little bit of patience and
Like I haven't seen one of those in a hot minute. You know what I mean? So it's just, the world is different. And, you have so many guys with so many different stories, and it can be hard to keep track. And I do wish we did a little bit better job going over this trash talk. But again, commissioners, if you get me your recaps for the leagues, I can, we can do something with that. For me, when I recap NWL, I can do that. Realistically, it probably takes me like 30 minutes to get that done. So basically, what I do, and a little inside baseball here, I have the paid version of ChatGPT. It's what I use. So I will take the entire PDF. I will take away anything that doesn't need. So I will take away the rankings pages, the matches, hold values, and then the NWL, all the commissioner stuff that I stripped out all the way. So basically, it's just the trash talk, right? Then I put that in it, and then I have it do multiple passes on it because I don't know if you guys know this. AI is very lazy. It basically it's looking for the easiest path to what you're asking it to do, right? So it's very lazy. Right. So you don't have to, unless you do like a paragraph prompt, so it doesn't do that shit. It's going to be lazy. So it's going to be a lot of one-word answers. And so what I have it do, I have it analyze the entire trash talk. Then I have it outline the trash talk. So we outline it, so then I can look at it. Kitty.
That guy.
So I can actually look at it and make sure that stuff is accurate and correct. Then I go into the recap, right? So I do it as Ian Mooney reporting the happenings of the NWL, and anyone else can do that too. But literally, I don't actually have to read the trash talk. I had the ChatGPT give me the cliff notes of the trash talk, and then we do a recap from there. It's an easier way to do that. And then obviously having 11 Labs is what I use as for the voice because I don't have to read it. So, I mean, you guys could read it too if you guys wanted to. Well, that's up to you guys. But oftentimes you don't get all the commissioners together. I don't think we've had one show. We may have had one or two shows. When we had 4 leagues, I think we had all 4 of us on before.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But it's very hard to get all of us together, especially with so many leagues now. It's tough. And some people don't want to be on the show, and that's okay. It's all good. But if you have anything you want us to talk about, especially commissioners, please get that out to us. It's like, hey, listen, Matt, Alex, just make sure we're talking about X, Y, and Z. Make sure we hit those points. So we don't feel like being neglected. And I think I mentioned this earlier on when we started doing the show, that the former IWAR podcast that existed from back in the day. That was always tough because you want people to talk about what you're doing. We want to talk about what you're doing. It's a lot of stuff to recap. So even if your manager out there is like, hey, Alex, can you talk about X, Y, and Z in this league? We'll do it, like, for sure. It's a lot. It's a lot of ground to cover. So
and same thing if you want to do something in the league, all the commissioners will be chill. Just like send them a quick message and just say, hey, I was thinking about doing this, or what'd you think about that, or even the other thing, like, hey, I'm stuck right now. Do you have any ideas of where I could go with something? Because all that stuff it makes it so much easier when you have other people just kind of, like, I'll occasionally go out and try to talk to people and say, like, hey, what'd you think about this? But a lot of times it's easier if you're just like, hey, I have this idea.
Yeah.
People are going to run with it. Just like they were saying earlier, if you're leaving, just let people know. Like, no one's going to be like, oh, you can't leave my league. Like,
oh, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
It's an internet wrestling game. Like, it's not that deep. But yeah.
No.
Oh, and I did figure out that I'm of course gonna hype up McFlaherty's versus Regulators for like the whatever number time this is.
Right.
Yeah. They haven't won the IWAR Trios Championship yet, so maybe they'll get that. They'll add that one. The McFlaherty's can add that. Father Arturo is trying to get the other priests in the WTL to not be horrible, but we'll see if that works or not. And maybe
that one will get hit in the face with a brick. We'll find out.
Yeah, maybe they'll all get hit in the face with bricks by Ricky Spanish.
Who I forgot to send his TT in, but the IWA was gracious enough to add that in for me. So
yeah, I saw. Well, that makes me feel like I wasn't going crazy because I feel like the first time I looked, I was like, I don't see Ricky Spanish, and then I looked, I was like, oh, it's in here. I must have missed it, but I didn't miss it.
That happens often, actually.
Yeah.
Like, wait, it's not in here. Oh.
I remember they missed stuff one time for me. Can miss something. And I was like, oh, you missed this thing. And they're like, well, if you sent your trash talk separate from your matches, then we probably wouldn't miss it as much. And I was like, oh, all right, well, I'll do that.
Touche.
So, yeah, it was after a long goal Tuesday, so there's a very short response. I wonder, I guess that'd be a good question, if there's any like format they want us to send stuff in, or any like unwritten rules to how we submit everything.
So I know they mentioned. I think they mentioned in the past they prefer images over PDFs. But I still send mine PDFs though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I send mine PDFs too.
So I think they prefer images though, but I'm sure Johnny B will correct me if I misspoke there. But I'm pretty sure they prefer images because I believe that's all done with Apple products, which I abhor to a certain degree. So
when I know they said they like print out all the emails, like they print the emails for the stuff and then they print it and then they type it in there on internet connected.
I wonder what Kim's keyboarding skills are. Like how many keystrokes per minute does she do?
Just typing in the numbers. The 2 and the 5 key and the 9 and the 0 key are just like worn out from typing.
So Gary says they told him PDF instead of Word, which makes sense because
yes,
But they probably for like pages if they had had it their way. Ridiculous.
I mean, that's the point of a PDF is that it's supposed to go across. Like it's the same on everything, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, totally.
but
It must be like because you can't, how you can't edit them, so that could always be an issue. Or you could like I have a program that will OCR it for me if I need to pull. So like usually when I'm pulling, if I have to cut and paste off the bulletin, sometimes I will OCR it first, and then I can be able to pull stuff off of that. I know we talked last time about putting the commissioner's report in the front. Now, if I was running a vet league, I would do that. But since I'm running the rookie league, I try to keep like the core format exactly the same. Like one thing I wanted to do was like I was going to have to change all the cities to just be Alexander Asylum, so every card takes place in the same arena over and over again, which would be awesome. They used to do like legit arenas at one point, right, Matt? Like they would do like Madison Square Garden, yada yada yada, or it was there wasn't just generic cities around the world.
Oh, there was always like different places, but
like it's weird. Like you having like the Western Trails League, and it's like, oh yeah, we're in Munich, Germany, in the Western Trails League. So
now the Western Trails has all like Gun Barrel City and Paradise Valley, Santa Cruz. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can set them by league.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can set because I know GAL used to just like they'd run promotions where like you'd get to pick the newest city or the newest venue in the city.
Nice.
So I know that's something. I don't know if it's something they want people to change or it's just kind of like if you ask them nicely, they'll change the city names.
It's like, oh yeah, I need it in the Walmart parking lot, Bucksnort, Tennessee.
Right. Like the Bum Fights League or something.
Yeah.
And just random alleys. Or,
you know what's funny that I don't think no one's done a UFC themed league ever. Not that I know of, anyway.
So CAW when it came out was supposed to be like a caged
a cage fighting
kind
league?
of like kind of like cage. It's like Caged Animal League. But I don't know. It went away from that over time, and that's everything that is about all the IWAR leagues that are like very consistent.
Yeah.
Compared to most of the like I don't know. There's some other leagues that are awesome that keep stuff going for a long time, and then some other ones like someone has an idea and they go really hard for like 3 cycles, and then it just disappears.
Well, that's hard with any kind of gimmick league.
Right.
I think we talked about this before, and it can be difficult, because you got to try to. The more I hate the word use generic, but the more mainstream or like generic you can be, the more people that'll come to your league because you're not stuck with like weird rules that like I think we had like ideas like, oh, we're gonna do like a TV league where like you could be Michael Knight or Mr. T and you pick whoever you want to be that was on TV, but those don't really fly for very long. And if you're looking for something for some longevity, that's probably not going to be it for you.
Right, and you're putting a corner in those leagues too. Like you're kind of just stuck with what you're stuck with. I know. I feel like it's cut down a little bit. I feel like for a while, like every other cycle, someone was like, I want to make a league that does this. And, these leagues show up and then disappear.
Well, man,
sometimes they stay.
I'll get Johnny B to, oh, yeah, we're going to bring basketball back.
Yeah.
Do it. We have the people to do it. I think it would be a fun time. It'd be fun to do it as a Imagimania.
Yeah.
Imagimania. Basketball
Well,
tournament.
you guys ever seen the footage of like the NWA wrestlers like playing the Charlotte Police Force?
Yes.
So I'm thinking it's like it'd be like that, where it's like Dusty Rhodes and Sting and Lex
Dusty Rhodes like
dominating.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes was so good. Like it was on like I don't know. You forget that these
they're athletes.
Despite what Dusty Rhodes looks like, he's a super athlete at the same time. Like he's like going behind the back and like hitting 3-pointers the whole game.
The guy's looking like Magic Johnson out there. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, I think the starting five. I think it was Luger, Sting, Barry Windham, Dusty Rhodes, and I don't know who the other person was.
It's probably like some like Dennis Condrey, like someone random. There's like
It's like
Bob Eaton.
It's Lasertron.
Yeah.
But imagine a basketball like you have basketball team that's all like luchadors. They go down there and play it. It'd be awesome.
It's the next pay-per-view idea.
That's
the
it.
IWAR.
That's it. Well,
IWAR
Luther bought a basketball team, so he owns it.
Right. They'll play against each other.
Like I think I'm gonna write something this cycle where like it's gonna be the Willowick Warlords taking on the Harlem Globetrotters, and they win. They beat them. They beat the Globetrotters.
Real.
That'd be awesome. All right, guys in the chat, do you guys have any questions before you go? Anything you want to know about? Any comments, questions, concerns? We'll stick around for a couple more minutes before we hit the hay. We'll do what we're doing. I don't know. There's nothing much for us to do on a Friday night because we're all dorks. So.
Yeah, I'm working tomorrow, so that's my day.
Oh, okay.
Easter mayhem.
It can't be fun.
No.
I work on Easter because we're open, so. But it's probably going to be dead. So again, the footage that you guys are seeing on the screen, we have Southeastern Wrestling, and then we have AWA, but it's from Japan instead. So it's, they would air in Japan. They would air American wrestling in Japan. So, and AWA was affiliated with All Japan at the time. Jumbo Tsuruta won the AWA World Title. So, all stuff. So, one of the big proponents I'm to let you guys know is like, if you guys ever get stuck for ideas, just watch more wrestling. It's all over YouTube at this point. So, watch specifically Memphis. It's gonna help you come up with stuff. That's what I do.
It also helps with match write-ups if you're stuck.
Yeah,
you can just kind of just put something on, and if you're like, I imagine this wrestler wrestles like this person. If you look up a match of theirs and go like, oh, they could do that next.
Yeah.
And, because we're not writing like every single move in the match, so just get a couple of highlights.
I mean, maybe we talk about that for a minute. Like the way I like to do match write-ups is like I do it from the commentator's point of view. The commentators don't often go for hold for like headlock takeover, head scissors. They're telling the story of the match, right? So that's what they're doing, and there's back and forth, right? So you gotta have that interplay too when you're writing this. It's like, so you always want to have like Heenan and Monsoon, or Monsoon and Ventura, or Vince and Victoria, or Shivani and Jim Ross. Like you want to have those interplays in your head and how that works.
Yeah, you got to have the second person be have some sort of gimmicky something to them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the way. It's the best way to do it.
Like mine, Joe Ryder is very much like when Vince McMahon was on commentary, because he's also like in charge of the company. Yeah. So like he kind of plays that role, and then the other guy's just a generic. But someone's just a generic a-hole.
Yeah, so you want to have a straight guy and a color guy for sure, and someone to bounce off of. Like NWO is weird because I got two heels as commentators, so that's it's different, but like they tend to agree. So it's an interesting dynamic. Whereas like it's almost like they're baby faces, but they're heels. So like if you take two babyface commentators, it's just that, but the opposite. Where they're like they treat the heels like baby faces. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Well, that's from Lance Cameron turning heel like 4 years ago or whatever. All right, guys. So we are officially out of time. So for
Yep.
Adam and for Matt, Alex G. Have a good night.